We're with Dania Vizzi, who's on the U.S. national team. She shoots international skeet, and you were the 2017 world champion in Moscow. What is that like?
Oh, I mean, I still, like, it hasn't sunk in yet. You know what I mean? People are like, how did you feel after it? And I'm like, honestly, it was an amazing experience, but I'm like, it still hasn't completely sunk in because I'm still training. I still have other competitions I'm, training for. So I think once I get a little break, it'll maybe sink in more.
It'll sink back in, sure. We were talking a little bit before we went on the air that it's a psychomotor skill.
Exactly.
And if you're really dedicated and you really practice, there's a certain amount of, you have to have talent, but really it's hard work.
Oh, it is. I mean, it's like any other sport. People think shooting, is easy, but we put the same amount of hours as a football player or anybody puts into their sport,
How much do you practice? What sort of routine do you have?
I try to practice every day. I'll try to do half of my training in the morning and half of my training in the evening, so I get like 2 different lightings, because,
sure.
When we have our competitions, it goes from 8 a.m. to 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so you get every different light. Some people don't train in the morning when the sun's in your eyes or in the evening when it's darker. So I try to train at all the lighting. So
you're prepared.
Right, in a match, it doesn't faze me.
Sure. How many clays would you say you break a day?
About 250. I
try to
250.
About 250, okay.
Yeah.
So that's every day?
Every day.
That's dedication.
It is, yeah.
It is indeed. The hard part, you can get good at shooting. That's when you're shooting on your terms. What's the hard part of doing this?
Definitely the mental part of this game.
Sure.
A lot of people can train really well, but they go into a match and the pressure, they don't know why they're missing targets, and so they, overanalyze what they're doing, and, it just falls from there. So I would definitely say not only skill, but the mental part of this game.
Because the problem is when you're shooting, if you miss one, just one, then you begin to doubt.
Oh, exactly. So people will ours is about muscle memory and trusting yourself and, your hands and eyes going together. So people will start to drag targets out if they miss one, and then they'll miss another one. So they'll think about it even more. And you kind of just have to let it go, Sometimes you just miss. So you got to let it go.
It just happens.
Yeah, it just happens. So.
Yeah. Because each shot is its own individual shot.
Exactly, and you have to take it one at a time, really.
Exactly, sure. So what's on the schedule? What's coming up for you?
My next match is in March. It's our spring selection match. And then that'll be the second match to our trials for our next World Championship team. So hopefully I'll go back and be able to compete for that title again.
Where is the next one?
In South Korea.
South Korea?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It is. So for somebody out here looking, a young woman or a young man, who's looking at this and going, can I do this? I'd like to do this. I don't know what to do. What would you tell them?
I would definitely say to start competing in the beginning. I feel like a lot of people are like, I have to be really good before I shoot a match. And that's not true. The earlier you start shooting competitions and getting that experience, when you are to that level, it'll be like, I've been doing this for 2 years, 3 years. It's no big deal.
Sure. And you're at SHOT Show. Is there a benefit for you to be here?
Yeah, well, I love seeing all my friends that I only get to see once a year at SHOT Show. So that's probably the biggest thing is seeing all my friends, and I get to. I'm at the Perazzi booth right now, so I get to see Mauro Perazzi and his son, and who I normally only get to see once a year. So.
Well, we wish you the best of luck in the next competition.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Happy to have you. For SHOT Show TV, I'm David Lomardo.